All right, good morning. Hi, Margaret. This morning's practice is inspired by the Y6 hot sequence. This is a class I've been teaching every Sunday for about the last 3 years. And today's practice, I'm going to adapt it a little bit, switch a couple things up, add a little bit more core strengthening, and some different balancing poses, or at least kind of in a different order. I know for myself, I have also been sitting a lot more than usual during this quarantine. Hi, Severin. So I also want to do some like chest openers and shoulder stretches too. So we'll try to work some of those into the sequence to make it a little bit different and a little bit more adapted to, I think, what our bodies are needing now that we're all kind of staying at home a little more often and probably a little less active than usual. I know, at least for me, that's definitely true. I'm used to being at work and walking around all day long. And now I've been sitting a lot more. So I'm feeling it a lot in my shoulders and neck. So we're going to work on shoulders and neck, work on some core strengthening, and just move and breathe. So all you need for class is a yoga mat. If you have blocks or a blanket or any other props that you'd like to use, please feel free to use them. And remember that I am just your guide. I'm just giving you options. Everything I suggest is optional. Take rest when you need it, add in more challenge when you want it, do what feels good in your body. That's another really awesome thing about practicing at home, is that there aren't other people in the room to worry about what they're doing or compare yourself to. So let all those comparisons and judgments go and just move and breathe and do what feels good in your body today. All right, let's start in child's pose. Okay. All right, so get yourself comfortable in child's pose. If you want to have a blanket or anything under your knees for a little extra cushion, please do. Hi, Floor, thanks for joining. Just make yourself cozy here. And remember, in child's pose, your knees could be hip width distance apart or wider. Your arms could be straight or elbows bent. Get yourself into a version of the pose that feels really supportive and comfortable. A place where you can rest your forehead on your mat. And then gently rock your forehead side to side here a couple of times. Give yourself a little third eye massage. And check in with your thoughts and your emotional state this morning. Notice what you're feeling. And remember that our thoughts and our emotions come in waves. I encourage you to step into the role of the observer and just notice the way that your thoughts and emotions fluctuate throughout the day or even just throughout this 1 hour practice. See if there's something that you can learn when you become a little bit more curious about that process. And then take a full deep breath in. Allow your belly, rib cage, and chest to expand. And then an open mouth exhale, sigh out your breath. 2 more like that. Inhale through your nose, fill up. Open mouth, exhale, release. 1 more time, breathe in, deepest breath of the day. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. And then inhale through your nose, seal your lips, and exhale, Ujjayi breath. Almost as if you're speaking in a whisper as you breathe, add a little bit more texture and an audible quality to your breath. And then just like your thoughts and emotions are waves, so is your breath. Notice the way it flows in and out in a really smooth, fluid fashion. See if you can create a really Gentle, steady breath through the entirety of class. Even as we start to build a little more heat or move faster, your breath is still that underlying current that guides you. Take a deep breath in. Ujjayi, breath out. With your next inhale, rise up to tabletop pose, hands and knees. Inhale to a cow pose, lower your belly, lift your hips, lift your gaze. Then exhale, engage your core, tuck your tailbone, round your spine, cat pose. Inhale back to cow, expand your heart forward, lift your chin. And exhale to cat, round, and curl. Continue to flow back and forth through cat and cow at your own pace. And remember, you can always sway your hips a little side to side or roll out your neck and shoulders, anything that feels good for you here. Let your movement be creative and fluid as it connects to your breath. And take 2 more full cycles of breath here. When that second cycle is complete, make your way to your neutral tabletop, engage your core, and extend your right leg back behind you. Lift your foot off the ground. Notice when you do this, a little more engagement through your right glute and through your belly. Hold for a deep breath in. Exhale, knee to your chest, round your spine like cat pose. Good. Inhale, kick your right leg back, lift your heart a little like a mini cow. And exhale, knee to chest, round and curl. Good. One more time. Inhale, kick back. And exhale, round in. This time, hold here for a second. Let's build a little more heat in the core and shoulders. Good. Take a deep breath in. And exhale back to tabletop. Kick your left leg back behind you. Lift your heel off the ground. Hold for a moment here and notice the little subtle changes. Do you balance on that one knee and activate the muscles in your left leg and belly? Take a deep breath in. Exhale, knee to chest, cat pose back. Inhale, kick your leg back, mini cow pose, look forward. And exhale, knee to chest, look towards your knee, round your spine. One more time, inhale, kick back. Exhale, knee to chest. Hold here for a moment. Press down into each fingertip. Suction cup your palms to the floor. Lift your knee a little closer to your chest. One more breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press your hips up and back. Relax your head and neck down. Separate your feet to hip width distance or so. Hands are shoulder width distance apart, maybe a little wider. If you feel tension in your low back or hamstrings, I encourage you to explore bending your knees a little bit more here to create more space in your back. So a flat, straight back is more important than straight legs. And relax your head down and just hold here for a couple of breaths. If you usually pedal out your feet right away, of course you can, it's your practice. But what does it feel like just to hold in stillness? Creating a little bit more power and strength in your arms and legs. And then be patient with your breath. Keep it smooth and fluid even as you hold. Full breath in together. And a full breath out. Good. Inhale, look forward. And shift forward to a high plank. You may need to lengthen your stance a little bit. You can always come down to your knees here as well. So heels stay nice and high, hips down and back, strong through your shoulders and belly. Yoga teaches us to be patient in times of challenge and to greet challenge with ease and grace. Can you maintain a positive mindset, focus on the strength that resides within you, and breathe fluidly even here? Good. You got this. Just a little longer. One more breath in. Exhale, slow motion. Release all the way down to your belly. Set your chin to the floor and untuck your toes. Hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale to a baby cobra. Lift your chest. Your palms press down lightly. Tops of your feet stay on the ground. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release down. This time a little bit different, cactus arms. Bring your arms out to cactus. Inhale, lift up, hover your arms away from your mat. Feet stay on the ground. Elongate the back of your neck. Take one more breath in to lift a tiny bit higher. And exhale, release chin to the floor. This time you have the option to do one of those first two variations or interlace your fingers behind your back for a little more of a heart opener. Take an exhale to prepare. Inhale, lift up, head, shoulders, hands. Back of your neck stays long, look slightly down. Think of lifting up the space between your shoulder blades and the back of your head. Muscles in your back are strong. One more breath in. Exhale, release down, hands to your sides. Press down into your mat. Inhale, baby cobra or upward dog this time. Option to straighten your arms completely. Take a moment to pause here. You might want to even look over your right shoulder, look over your left shoulder. Take a couple breaths, stretch through your abdomen. Really nice. One more inhale, look forward. Exhale, roll over your knees or toes, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Pause for a full breath in and for a full breath out. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, step, hop, or jump to the front of your space. Feet behind your wrists, about hip width distance apart. Inhale, halfway lift, elongate your spine to a flat back. Exhale, bow forward, hold your calf muscles, pull yourself a little deeper. One more like that. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Hold opposite elbows, bend your knees a little and sway side to side. More playful expression here. Tap into whatever movement you want to explore. By bending one knee at a time, you can get a little more of an IT band stretch. By bending both knees, sometimes that helps take a little pressure off the low back. Shake your head no. Shake your head yes. Release your fingertips towards the floor. Walk your big toes to touch and slowly rise to stand, one vertebra at a time. When you reach the top, inhale to circle your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Close your eyes for a moment. Ground down into the sole of each foot. Stand tall. Set an intention for your practice this morning if you'd like. Where do you want to channel your energy to today? Take a full breath in and a sighing breath out. Interlace your fingers together. Breathe in, reach your arms up overhead. And then exhale over to the right side, body bend. Hold here for a moment. Your feet form a strong foundation as you lift up and out through the left side of your rib cage. Elongate your neck and breathe. See if you can really feel the movement of your breath through that left side of your body. Good. Good. Next inhale takes you back up to center, full body extension at the top. And exhale over to the left side stretch. And plant down firmly into the soles of your feet. Engage your abdominals and lengthen through your right side. Your breath stays gentle and smooth. Really nice. Stay with it. Just one more cycle of breath. Your exhale, you hold. And then your inhale floats you up to center. Exhale to cactus arms. Hold for just a moment here. Try to squeeze your shoulder blades slightly together and back. Good. Inhale, reach your arms straight up. Fingers spread wide. And then exhale, bring your shoulder blades all the way down your back, elbows towards your side body. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Good. Hold that for just a moment. Bring your hands down to your sides. Bring your palms face forward. Good. Notice your posture here. How just that little subtle movement really helps elongate the spine. And then bring your hands down and interlace your fingers behind your back. Chest stays open and broad. Lift your gaze. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. Maybe pull your hands an inch away from your sacrum. Little baby back bend. Nothing is forced. Keep this first one gentle. Take a deep breath in. Lift your heart high. And then exhale, release your hands to your side. Slide your hands down your legs as you fold forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, high plank, top of a push-up. Remember, your knees can always be on the ground here. Be gentle with yourself while you're building strength in your body. Support your shoulders. Take one more breath in. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway down, find a spot to hover. Remember, the knees can be an awesome help here. Tops of your feet to the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Your knees can be on the ground or they can be floating. Exhale, roll over your knees or toes, downward facing dog, lift your hips. Take a cleansing breath in through your nose, fill up. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. One more like that, breathe in deeply. Open mouth, exhale. Good, inhale, lift your right leg up and back behind you. Hold for a moment there. Pause and notice the activation in your legs and core and glutes, kind of like when you were in tabletop with your back leg extended. This time it's a little more powerful. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Strong core as you shift forward like a high plank. Try to keep your hips low. Inhale, shoot back up to three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot forward between your palms. Place your left hand down to the ground, or you could place a block or some type of prop underneath your left hand and reach your right arm up. Twist. For a more gentle practice, your back knee can be down, or keep the leg lifted for a little more heat and strength building. Look up towards your right fingertips if you wish, and take a couple of deep breaths. If your shoulders and neck have been tight lately, maybe adding some big arm circles here, help loosen up your shoulder girdle a bit. If you do circles, take them once or twice in each direction. And keep your breath steady as you move. Take one more full inhale wherever you are. And exhale, plant your palm down. With control, inhale, step back to a high plank. Remember, the knees can lower if you'd like. Exhale, chaturanga, lower just halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high, hold and breathe. What do you feel through your right leg, through your left glute, through your core or your shoulders? Are your hands still glued to the floor? Grip into each fingertip, really strong shape. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale your left knee towards your left elbow. Good, strong core, low hips. One more exhale here. Inhale, three-legged dog. Kick your left heel up and back. Exhale, step forward, lunge. Place your right hand down to the floor or to a block. Lift your left arm high. Look towards the floor, towards the sidewall, or towards the ceiling. What feels best in your neck? And then roll out your wrist or circle out your arm. Notice what feels good. Let your movement be a little more creative than usual. Especially when you're at home, no one else around you to see what you're doing. It's the perfect opportunity to remember that this practice is just about you and learning about your body. Come back to hands on the ground. Inhale to step back to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga, strong triceps. Inhale, upward facing dog, look forward. Exhale, downward dog, hips high. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your foot forward. This time, arms reach up, crescent lunge. Good. Find a moment here, crescent lunge, back heels lifted, front knee bent. Good. Breathe. Option for cactus arms, shoulder blades hug back, or option for fingers interlaced behind you, chest lifted. Choose where you'd like to be today. Choose a variation where your breath can be steady. As we start to build a little bit more heat in the legs, be conscious of the way your breath might change or shift. Good. If your arms are interlaced behind you, release them. Stretch them back up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, pivot your left heel down, warrior two. Bend into your right knee. And this first time we're here, let's do just some pulsing movements. Inhale to reverse warrior, reach up and back. Exhale back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten your legs, reach your arms high. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach up and back. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale, straight arms, straight legs. Exhale, warrior two. Good. Pause and breathe. Let your legs get a little warmer. Keep your spine tall. When we flow through that, we'll skip those pulsations and just be in warrior two. So keep that in mind moving forward. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms out. Exhale, extended side angle. Bring your elbow to your knee, reach your left arm overhead. Many different variations of extended side angle are available. Do your favorite one. Some options are to bring the hand down, so it's just hovering there, a little bit more strengthening through the core. Or to move into a half bind with the left arm wrapped towards the right hip crease, or fingertips connect beneath you. Try to keep your back long. Any of these variations are accessible to you. Choose the one that feels most supportive to your body today. Take one more deep breath in. Binds, release with the breath out if you have one. Keep your lunge, inhale, reverse warrior, all the way up and back this time. Breathe and stretch through your right side. Take an inhale, stretch towards the back wall. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame your foot. With control, step back to plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, knee to your left elbow, strong core. Inhale, kick up and back. Exhale, step to your lunge. Back heel stays lifted. Inhale, reach your arms up, crescent lunge. Choose to stay here, cactus arms, or hands interlace, opposite thumb on top this time. Wherever you are, think of lifting your sternum up and expanding across your collarbones. Like I said towards the beginning of class, I'm pretty sure most of us have been sitting and on our phones and computers a little more than usual lately. This is an opportunity to counteract that, open up, find balance in your body. Check in with your breath. Smooth inhales, smooth exhales. Even within the challenge, can you slow down? But if your arms are in a variation, release and reach them up. Take one more inhale here. And exhale to warrior two. Pivot your back heel down and gaze forward. Let's play with those pulsing motions, okay? So an exhale here to settle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straight arms, straight legs. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior. Inhale, straight arms, straight legs. Exhale to warrior two. Good. Pause, breathe in. Stay and breathe out. One more time. Inhale deeply. This time, exhale, extended side angle. Remember, elbow could be to knee, arm overhead, or you could find a half or a full bind. Listen to your body. Find the variation that allows you to breathe really fluidly and be gentle with yourself. This practice should be nourishing, never painful. A little intensity is good. Think of like a deep tissue massage, how sometimes there's some intensity in it. But at the end of the day, you know it's doing good for you. So find those types of sensations in your body and rest if pain ever appears. Take one more breath in. If you're in a bind, release on the exhale. Legs stay the same. Inhale, reverse warrior. Lift your left arm up and back and breathe into your left side body. Find a little more space there. Full breath in. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Frame your foot. Inhale to plank. Nice and slow and controlled. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a cleansing breath in and a full breath out. We'll flow through that, skipping those pulsations that we did. Take an inhale, lift your right heel up. Exhale, knee to right elbow, really powerful core. Inhale, kick up and back. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, kick up and back. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, plant your palms. Inhale, step to plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands frame your foot. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left heel. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale, kick up and back. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, plant your palms. Inhale, plank. Exhale with control, halfway. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward dog. Pause, take a full breath in. And a full breath out. One more time, breathe in deeply. Exhale all the way. Good. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step your right foot forward. This time, if you want to bring in a little blanket or a cushion underneath your left knee, feel free to lower your left knee down and bring your hands up to your hips. Lengthen your tailbone down and pause for a moment here. Find your balance. Reach your arms up if you'd like. If you want a more restorative pose, you can have hands on blocks here and just rest there and breathe. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, start with an open arm twist to the right. Good. Find your open arm twist. Turn your heart a little to the right, but hips are still facing forward. So notice here my low body doesn't really move. I'm just twisting with my shoulders and my mid and upper back. And then bring your right hand down to your right hip. Lift your left arm up and back. Little side bend, back bend, twist. Combo of it all. Stretch through the left side of your ribs. Keep your chest lifted and breathe. Option to bring your back hand down to your calf muscle or ankle if it's accessible to you. One more breath in. And exhale, plant your palms. Inhale, step back, plank pose. Exhale, downward dog or chaturanga if you want to add another one in. We'll all meet in downward dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step forward. Lower your right knee down. Place your hands on your hips, rise up. Left knee about over your left ankle. Find a lunge that feels good and a stretch for your right hip flexor. And then reach your arms up. Breathe deeply here. The option to stay here, you have the option to bring your hands back to the floor or open arm twist to the left. And notice the low body doesn't really move in the twist. So the length in your spine and the stability in your foundation is more important than how far you can twist. So be gentle with your back here. Option to stay here or bring your left hand to your low back. Can create that little side bend, back bend, twist combo here by reaching the right arm up and back. Turn your gaze to the left. Option to bring your back hand down to your calf muscle if it's accessible to you, or keep it on your low back for a little more support. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, unravel, plant your palms. Tuck your right toes under. Inhale, step back to plank. Optional chaturanga or downward facing dog. We'll all meet in downward dog with the next exhale. If you brought a pillow or blanket for your knees, you can slide that to the side. Step your feet to the center of your mat and walk your hands back towards your toes. Bend your knees enough that your hands can connect with the ground. Flip your palms face up and slide them underneath your feet for gorilla pose. Your toes wiggle towards your wrist crease. Here, the majority of the weight of your body is in your heels. But as it feels okay to do so, send a little bit more pressure forward into your toes, like you're giving your hand and your wrist a little massage. You can wiggle your toes, you could bend or straighten your arms or legs. Explore some movement here. Relax your head all the way down. Shake your head no. Shake your head yes. Notice what you feel through your back. Allow your spine to elongate. Gravity supports this process here. Take a full breath in. Exhale, release your hands from your feet. Slowly unroll your spine, rise up to stand, and reach your arms up overhead, full body stretch. Exhale, hands to the horizon line. Shoulders back in their sockets, spread your fingers out wide. Bend your knees, sit back, chair pose. Here, lean forward just a little bit. And then again, option to have your arms forward if you'd like, or open up through the shoulders a little bit more. Squeeze your shoulders together and back, or even interlace your fingers behind your back here. Back of your neck is nice and long. So notice if I look up, I'm kind of crunching the back of my neck. Gaze down slightly instead to create a little bit more length there. Good. Take one more exhale, bring your hips a little lower. And then inhale, rise up, reach arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center, lengthen your tailbone down. Find your balance here. Anchor down into your left foot and bring your right foot up to your calf muscle, ankle, foot, to thigh, wherever it feels good for tree pose. Avoid putting pressure directly on your knee. And then hold for a moment there, noticing how that shape feels in your body. Find your foundation. And then today you have the option to have hands at heart center or add a little tricep stretch. We did a ton of chaturanga, so you can bring your left arm up and to your back, right hand to your left elbow, and hold there for a moment. See if you can create a little bit of a stretch for your left tricep while we're here. Not only working on balance, but getting a little restoration too. And then if you feel really steady, explore closing your eyes. This is a definite shift in perspective and challenges your balance. So if you get a little bit wobbly, be patient with yourself. It's all part of the process. The eyes closed is definitely a lot harder. So be patient, but explore it. The worst thing that can happen is you'll just stumble a little bit, and then you can get right back up. Really good. Take a breath in and a breath out. Release your arms, release your legs, shake it out a little bit. And then let's do the other side. So right foot is grounded, left foot lifts up to inner calf, inner thigh, wherever you feel supported. And then you can do whatever arm variation you'd like. If you like the tricep stretch on the other side, let's do the same thing here. Right arm lifts, palm to the back of your neck, left hand to your right elbow, and then find your balance and breathe. Your legs are strong, core is strong. Then find that little stretch for that inner edge of your arm. If you played with closing your eyes, try that again too. Remember, it's okay to fall. It's all part of the learning process. Really nice. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release your arms, release your legs. Shake it out a little bit. All right. So for this next one, I'm going to turn and face away from the camera just because we're going to use the rest of the mat. But start near, like if your mat was cut into thirds, imagine that you're standing on the line of that first third of your mat. That's kind of where you want to be here because we're going to use the space behind us a little bit too. And then bring your hands together in front of your heart. Lift up your right knee. Find your balance. One-legged Tadasana with hands at heart. If you want a little bit more heat here, you could play with extending your leg out at about hip height, or it can always be lower too. Find where you can feel a little heat, a little burn in your quad. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, come into figure 4. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Bend your left knee and sit back a little bit. Here you could stay hovering. You could bring your elbows down to your right leg and foot. You could bring your hands down to the floor or to blocks. Or you could even play with an arm balance. If flying pigeon is in your practice, it's kind of like crow pose, but your triceps support your right leg and foot. And then you can play with floating, maybe someday extend that left leg back. But again, yoga is amazing and there's many options. Do what feels good for you. And then when you're ready, slowly unwind back up to one-legged Tadasana. I know the left leg and ankle are working hard. If yours is getting tired, shake it out for a second. If you're ready to keep going, kick your right leg back, warrior 3. Option to stay here with hands at heart. You could reach back behind you or even interlace fingers behind your back. Or you could play with floating into half moon pose, turning your hips and torso to the right, arms extend out. Hands can stay floating or your bottom hand could connect to the floor. Now this is a lot for the legs and core, so make sure you're still breathing. You can do it. Your next breath will rewind back up to one-legged Tadasana and then release. Shake out that left leg and ankle, roll out your ankle a little bit. Really nice. Let's try the other side. So, hands at heart. Left leg lifts this time. Remember, your knee can stay bent or your leg could extend out straight for more heat, a little more activation in your quads. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale to figure 4. Bend your right knee to create a shelf for your left ankle. Hands can stay at heart, you hovering here. Your hands could connect to your leg, the little deeper forward fold, or hands to the ground or to blocks. This can be a nice way to stabilize the pose so that it's less of a balance and more of just a deep hip stretch. So that feels good. Or if you want to play with that arm balance, hands to the ground, fingers spread really wide, keep your gaze forward as you shift forward and lift your right foot off the ground. Maybe extending the right leg back if you'd like. Choose the variation that allows you to breathe. And when you're ready, slowly, mindfully make your way back up. One-legged Tadasana. Good. Kick your left foot back. Warrior 3. Stay here or arms at sides or fingers interlaced. Or open up to the side, half moon pose. Find your balance and breathe. One single focal point really helps here. That focus helps to maintain the balance. I will take one more breath in. And then with your next cycle, slow motion back up, one-legged Tadasana. And release, shake it out. Roll out that right ankle a little bit. Really nice job, everybody. All right, come back to center. Hands to your hips this time. Step your left foot back. Take a breath in, lift your chest up. And exhale, fold forward, pyramid pose, hands to your shin, blocks, or the floor. And here, relax your head and neck completely. Your right knee could even bend a little bit here to make it more restorative. Just smooth, deep, steady breaths. And then connect your hands to your hips and rise up to stand. Same pose, other side. Left foot forward, right foot back. Lift your chest, breathe in. And exhale, pyramid pose. Just a nice stretch for the back of the left leg and foot. You can let your spine be like ragdoll pose here. Or you could press your hands into the floor to blocks and create a little more length in your back. Your choice. Maybe close your eyes, slow things down a little. One more exhale where you're at. And then hands to hips, rise to stand. Turn to the right, heels in, toes out, star pose, arms reach. Lengthen your tailbone down, lift your chin, gaze up. Create a sense of expansiveness across your entire body. With closed eyes, see if you can tap into the more energetic qualities of your body. What do you feel in your hands, in your arms? What does your breath or your heartbeat feel like? Tap into those internal sensations. Notice them. Take one more big breath in. Reach your arms up and out. Exhale, goddess pose, hands to heart, hips low. Hold for a moment here. Let a little heat build in the legs. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale back up to star. Parallel your feet with each other and release your fingers behind your back. Take a breath in, lift your chest up. And exhale, bow forward. Your hands could stay on your sacrum or they can pull away. Wide-legged forward fold. If it feels uncomfortable in your shoulders to have the bind, bring your hands down to the floor instead. Shake your head no or yes. If a headstand is in your practice, now is kind of a fun time to throw one in. Otherwise, just hang out in your forward fold, play with a twist, play with some movement, whatever feels good in your body today. And just have fun with it. This is your practice, no one else's. What does your body want today? Deep breath in. And one last full breath out. Connect your hands with your hips. Rise to stand. Excuse me. Step both feet to the top of your mat. And then fold forward. Round and curl into a little seat. And then roll back to your hips. Hold on to the back of your thighs. Boat pose. A little strengthener for the core and back. So think of pressing the middle of your back forward. Lift up your sternum like a little string was pulling your heart closer to the sky. And then notice if it feels good to be here, if this is providing you with enough heat. If you want a little bit more, you could reach your arms to the sides or reach your arms up without compromising the shape in your back. So if you reach up and you start to round, come back here and focus on the length in your spine instead. Also the option to straighten the legs. You could do this with the hands there, or you could do it without the hands, your choice. So find that place where you feel balanced. Breathe deeply. And stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your feet forward and extend both legs straight out. Sit up tall, hands to your sides for support. Lengthen your spine. Try to reach your arms straight up, keeping as flat of the back as you can and as straight of legs as you can. Knees can always bend a little. Take a breath in. And exhale, fold forward first with your arms. Keep your back straight and fold as far forward as you can with a flat back. And then when you start to feel a little bit of resistance, give into it. Let your shoulders, head, and neck round forward. Slow down your breath here. In forward fold, we're not just folding. We're also lengthening the entire back line of the body. So notice from the back of your heels, through your calf muscles, through your hamstrings, your glutes, your spine, shoulders, and neck. That entire back line of your body is being lengthened here. Scan up and down the back line of your body and notice what you feel as you breathe deeply. Everything starts to slow down from here. And then rise back up to a seat. Place your hands behind you, fingertips point away from you. And then bringing the soles of your feet to the ground about hip width distance apart. So play with something that might be a little new for some of you guys, so be gentle with this one too. Draw your shoulders back, hug your shoulder blades together so that your shoulder blades are like flat on your back. You can actually feel your shoulder blades supporting the back of your heart space. And then press down into the soles of your feet. Lift your hips up to reverse tabletop. So in reverse tabletop, try to have your hips at about the same height as your knees and shoulders. Core stays really strong. No need to drop the head totally back. Keep your neck strong and active. You can look up or look forward, whatever feels best for you. Take one more breath in and exhale, release down. If you liked how that pose felt, we'll try it again. If not, you can rest here. If you want a little more heat, I'm going to give you an option for that too. So let's come back up to reverse tabletop. Lift your hips as high as you can. Bring your feet a little closer together. And then if you want a little more heat, play with lifting one leg off the ground. You could keep your knee bent or extend it up. And then bring it down and try the other side. Hips stay high, maybe that leg lifts. And then bring it down. Release both hips to the floor wherever you are. And come into butterfly pose, soles of the feet together, knees wide. Lift up your chest, kind of like a little mini cow pose in your back. And then exhale, round forward, relax your head down. Let's pulse that motion 2 more times. Inhale, lift up, arch your back a little, lift your gaze. Exhale, round and curl forward to butterfly. One more time, breathe in, lift up, arch your back a little. And exhale, release forward. One more forward fold. Notice what you feel through your hips, your low back and legs. And let your upper body just completely relax forward. We'll stay here for about 1 minute. Just breathe deeply. Actually, as I check the time, we're starting to run low on time, so it won't be a whole minute here. Let's just do one more breath. Full breath in. And a full breath out. When you're ready, come back up to a seat. Legs together. Make sure you're sitting near the middle of the mat so you have space to lay down. Stretch your arms forward and nice and slow all the way down to the floor. Separate your feet to mat width distance. Open your arms to a T and just take a couple little windshield wiper twists from side to side. Notice how that feels in your low back. And then come back to center. Come into happy baby pose. Hold on to the back of your thighs, knees wider than your hips, or hold on to the outer edges of your feet. Same thing here, knees wider than hips. Sway from right to left, little massage for your low back on the floor. And a nice gentle inversion here too, the feet higher than the heart. Send your body some gratitude for all it's carried you through so far in practice this morning. All the little things it does for you as it breathes and creates fresh blood and digests your food. Our bodies do so much for us when we just sit back and live our lives. Take a moment in appreciation of all of those little subtle experiences that maybe sometimes we take for granted. And then bring your knees together towards your chest. Give yourself a little hug, option to lift your forehead towards your knees. Take a deep breath in. And exhale to Shavasana. Extend your arms and legs out long. You can support your pose with a little blanket pillow or some added warmth over your torso. Arms could be on your chest or arms out to your sides. And then just take a few moments to really settle in and just relax and breathe. These last couple minutes of your practice are completely for you. Soften your fingers and your toes, your arms and your legs. Take some more deep breaths. And then come back to the fluidity of your breath. How your breath comes in waves. How your thoughts come in waves, and even your emotions come in waves. And just step back without judging, without labeling, just observe those processes. Tune in. What do you notice? We'll take a few more moments here in quiet. Instagram's going to cut me off pretty soon since we've come to our 60 minutes of practice. So I encourage you to stay here for another 5 or 10 minutes and just rest. Noticing those patterns of breath, thought, and emotion. If you enjoyed class today, send me a DM, let me know. Donations are always appreciated as well to Kendall and Yoga on Venmo. And I hope to see you all next weekend for some more live yoga here on Instagram. Thank you for joining. Namaste. Thanks, Seth.